let's review this game. So it starts with London system. We develop pieces as we usually do. So yeah, so the first couple of moves are book moves, really good. So black control the e4 with the knight, and we offer a knight exchange. That's quite good. c5, so black wants to open up the c file, or maybe pushing the pawn to c4. So yeah, so in this position I would say black is more likely to attack our queen side, because if, for example, the pawn pushed to c4, black has a large space than us at the queen side. And on the other hand, we should probably attack on the king side. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. So long castle. So if I play white, so I will make our king stay at the center for a while, because I don't really know, for example, if the c file is going to be open. If that's open, for example, if black take our pawn, if we take, there's an open file, our king is actually in danger. It's actually more dangerous space than being an e1. And even though we take that with our e pawn, there's still a semi-open file, and so black can a6, b5, and b4 to attack our c3. So the c file is still very weak. The reason I would make the king stay at the center is actually the center, or more specifically the e file, is quite closed. And I don't see any potential black will, for example, push the e pawn to open up the e file. So maybe we can make the king stay a while at the center. And the reason we said sometimes it's like good to castle is because we assume castling can make the king safe. But in this case, if we castle to the left, which in this position could possibly make the king like less safe and being a center, so we don't have to castle to the long side. And I would also consider castle to the king side. So if we castle the king side, probably we can like attack on the queen side in the future. Or even though we want to attack on the king side, we still have the chance, because we have like two strong bishops aiming at the h file. The only thing is, after the castle, the rook moved to f1. Maybe we don't have we don't have a good chance to push the h pawn, but instead probably we can push the f pawn. So this is also something we can attack, how we attack the king side. So my point is that the castle, the direction we castle the king is really important. So long castle actually make our king, yeah, as I said, in a more dangerous place. 95, control the center, queen a5. Yeah, black has attacked, trying to attack our queen side, and then move the king to protect a2. So f4. Yeah, we want to attack the king side. But since we have a rook at h1, maybe pushing the rook to h4 and h5 will make us easier to attack or open up the king side. Because let's say push h4, so we don't have any opportunity to push pawn f5 in one move, right? Because white have three pieces protect the f5. But if we push the h pawn, maybe we can open up the h file in two moves, right? h4, h5, and then exchange. So maybe I will consider push the h pawn. Rook c8, a3, rook c6. So here comes the position we need to evaluate, or we need to expect. So whether the rook moving to b6 or a6. So that is the determinant factor, how we can defend afterwards. So if the rook goes to b8, I think the weak square is a3, so black can take our a3 pawn since the b2 pawn is pinned. If the rook goes to a6, I think black will still attack the a3, because the a file is the weakest file. Black is more likely to open up. So in this case, I think the correct defense is move king to c2. If the rook goes to either like b2 or a6, b6 or a6, we can move the rook to strengthen a3. And you know what? We actually have a path for our king to escape. Even though we like lost the defense, or the defense of the queen side is like broke through, so we can move the king to the center. Actually, I feel like the king at the center is quite safe, like e2, because the center is quite closed. So we play king a2. Yeah, that's the problem, because actually if the rook moves to a6, it's really hard for us to defend a3. Our bishop is far away from protecting the pawn. If we move king to c1, black could push the queen to, for example, a4, and threatening queen to b3. So it's super hard for us to defend. For example, if we rook to, I don't know, maybe d2, queen checks, and maybe, yeah, if that's a sacrifice, we will lose the game. So it's really hard for us to defend a3. Black didn't find the best move, so rook b6 attacking the b2, so we can actually ping the rook. So yeah, this is something we have an opportunity to win some piece and remove the important like attacker. So rook ca, king go to b1. Yeah, the thing is, we figure out king at a2 doesn't really help. So for example, the rook reaches to b3, black can still sacrifice the pawn, or maybe rook to b3, rook c6, and rook a6. So in the end, black will open up our defense, and black also will be much quicker than us, since we have like 2 pawns. I think the main thing is we have a very small space at the queen side, so it's really hard for us to maneuver pieces to reach the a3 pawn. We don't have a piece to protect a3, so the a file is really hard to defend. So that's the problem. So yeah, we move the king back, king a3, rook d2. Black move another rook. It's really hard for defend. Actually, you know what? So if rook to a6, and we are going to lose the game. So rook to a6, and for example, the bishop go away, and the queen can reach to a1. It's really hard to defend. So g4, yeah, we lost c3. That's a quite good move, I think. Yeah, in this case, we lost the queen and lost another rook. So here we are, yeah, we don't have any chance to win. So I think the learning for this game is, I think we did really well in the opening until we chose the position or direction to castle. So I think the learning is, the reason we castle is we want to make the king safe, right? But if we move our king to a place that is less safe as the starting position, so we don't have to castle to this direction. So I think move the king to c1, thinking about the c file is ready to be opened, so I don't think long castle is a good choice. And I think this is the main part. For the rest of part, I think, yeah, but this one is really hard to find the correct move to defend, to be honest. And it's really hard to defend because you need to anticipate all the possibilities how your opponent attack your side. And rook a6 is really hard to be realized, and I don't think our opponent has realized the rook a6 is the best move. Otherwise, it won't play rook b6. Actually, this move has some problem, and I mean, neither side realize bishop c7, and this is something, if we can grab the opportunity, maybe we can defend our queen side very well. Okay, so that's the learning for this game.